What's up guys, DeBears here with another build video, and today we're going to be talking about my Nova Warp build with Astrocyte Verse. And I know this used to be a pretty trash exotic before this season. I mean, it still might be, but I like using it with this build because with on top of its normal capabilities with Blink, it now provides a volatile burst when you blink right around you. If you could see that little like burst of void energy that comes from you whenever you blink, which I think is pretty cool. On top of also letting you shift with your Nova Warp for without any super energy consumption. And I love using that ability when I use my Nova Warp. So let's head over to the mods. We got a Void Siphon, since we're using two Void weapons mainly, and that'll help with some orb creation. We got Power Preservation. Since we're on a roaming super, we're already making more orbs. Adding this mod helps you create even more orbs, and for any of your teammates that want to get their super back a whole lot faster, putting putting this mod on really helps, especially if you're on a roaming super. We got Dynamo, of course, to help get our super back as fast as possible. We got a couple focusing strike and bullet string detonation mods to help us get our rifts back to, of course, utilize Dynamo more often. And we have this mod on because my shotgun has enhanced pugilist, which will let us use our melee more often, giving us more grenades, and those scatter grenades definitely put in some work. Since we got two void weapons that we're mainly going to be using, we have our void reserves mod, concussive dampener, and three void surges, and the time dilations as well. Like I said, the weapons, we have a crafted regnant that I have with enhanced envious assassin, and I mean, at least starting this season with Envious Assassin, you're able to load pretty much your entire ammo reserves into your clip. I don't know if that is a bug or not, but if it doesn't change, then having Envious Assassin on any heavy weapon is a huge plus. And of course, Explosive Light and Spike Grenades as well. And we have Ruinous Effigy as the featured exotic for our weapons. I love this weapon. I think it's super cool. And with the catalyst, you deal extra damage against enemies damaged by that little transmutation sphere that you make whenever you kill somebody with this weapon. And it just, everything keys in together really nicely. So, of course, on our subclass, we got Nova Warp. I pretty much always am running an Empowering Rift on any Void build that I have. Just there's so many ways to get your health back. You really don't need to use a healing rift. But if you feel more comfortable with a healing rift, go ahead. But at least for me, empowering rift is the only option for void warlock builds. Blink, of course, we will need that for our exotic. And for the grenades, I personally think the scatter grenades are the best void grenades to use. If you're doing like for anything besides boss DPS, scatter grenades are what you want. Of course, the vortex grenade for the boss DPS, so that you can keep the weaken on it as long as possible if no one has a tether or any other form of weakening. But scatter grenade just does so much damage, and the cooldown is so fast. You need to have that. Child of the Old Gods is perfect for any Void Warlock build you're having. There's so many positives from using this, and for me, since like I said, we are using an Empowering Rift, we would need Feed the Void to get Devour with any Void ability kill, and since we'll be using our grenades and melees a ton, it's It's basically it's the best option to have. And for our fragments, we got Echo of Instability, which defeating targets with grenades grant volatile rounds to our void weapons, which will be perfect for our Ruinous Effigy. We have Echo of Undermining, which will let our void grenades weaken targets. The minus 20 discipline, I mean, you can counteract that with your armor easily. With Echo of Expulsion, we got Void ability. Final blows cause targets to explode, and when you're in your Nova Warp and you're killing guys and going crazy, there's so many explosions going on. It's just so cool to see. And our last one is a newer fragment, the Echo of Cessation. Finisher final blows create a burst of void damage that causes combatants to be volatile. And what we really want is defeating volatile targets create a void breach, which since we will be making everybody volatile with our weapon from our grenade kills and from the blink, we'll be making a whole lot of void breaches, which will help get our abilities back even faster. So, since I wouldn't really classify this as an endgame build, since Blink really isn't the best option for movement, I have loaded up this old dungeon. Check this out. So here we have, I mean, just blinking, we have all of those guys dead. Oh, bam. Block, we blink, and everyone's dead. And I still haven't really attacked yet. Look at all these void breaches that are spawning. We are literally only blocking with this transmutation sphere, blinking, and everybody's volatile. We haven't even really attacked anyone yet, just to make this transmutation sphere. And everybody just dies in the area. Just pretty sweet. Look at all these void explosions. So, if you want to just have a fun void build with a lot of void explosions, using I think, a pretty cool exotic, give this build a try. And unlike the last video I put out, I didn't have a dim link available, but I'll put a dim link in the comments of this video. So, I hope everyone enjoys this fun little void build, and I'll catch everyone in the next one. Peace.